So this is episode 2 of what I've decided to call Lucid Intentions. It's a weekly vlog that I'm doing following our efforts to make the film Just Drive using my business plan for social filmmaking. It's a business plan that on February 4th we're going to be releasing on our website Gratwick Productions for the world to see and use, and hopefully help other fellow filmmakers have a business model to at least start from to make their projects. I feel it'll be a good help to low micro budget films from $300,000 and below. I feel would be best served by this business model. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why I'm giving the business model away, because a few people have asked me on numerous occasions why just give the business model away, and I have reasons for it. But past week, what we've been working on, I've been reaching out to a lot of press, emails, Twitter, stuff like that, social media, trying to give them a heads up. We've got the business plan and the blog to go with it already posted and on our website, but it's password protected right now until February 4th. So we're trying to give some press an exclusive opportunity to take a peek, look at it, review it, and hopefully they'll want to do something on February 4th when the article comes out. And if not, we're going to release a press release on February 5th. So that's been the past week. A lot of tracking down email addresses, Google research, stuff like that. We had our first emotional day here at Gratwick Films with this project. When you're an up-and-coming production company, sometimes the members of your leadership team find themselves in positions where they have to take on full-time jobs and you have to cover for them. And it's just one of the disadvantages of working on passion and not financing in the early goings is you have to work around the schedules of being able to pay the rent and survive. And recently one of our core members of our leadership team had to take a full-time job for the foreseeable future until we can really get the ball rolling here. So we had to do some restructuring and regrouping so we can make sure that the project keeps moving forward at the pace that we want it to, and hopefully reach a position fairly soon where we can afford to pay our bills while actually chasing our passions. So that restructuring involved Andrea and myself. Andrea Vall, who her blog is called Andrea's Angst. She is going to be handling the talent aspect of the production and in the early goings here. She's going to be researching the names and the possible actors that we're looking at, reaching out to managers, casting directors, and overall just trying to get people to read the script and fall in love with the roles that we have. And on my side, I'm going to be continuing to handle the business stuff. I'll be working on building our YouTube channel so we can continue heading towards the 10,000 subscriber mark. I'll also be reaching out to fellow YouTube channels, looking for anyone that might be interested in a co-production deal and working with us to make Just Drive. So if anybody watching this has a YouTube channel that's popular and has more than 10,000 subscribers, please get in touch with us if you'd like to work together. Yeah, that's really step 1 and step 2 right now is YouTube and the supporting actors. What else has happened this week? Oh, this morning we signed up for our Comic-Con badges. I was actually the number one, actually 0-0 to register for the professional Comic-Con badges. So Andrea and I will be representing Gratwick Films at the San Diego Comic-Con in July this year, our first time going. Pretty fired up about that. So let's get to the question everybody keeps asking. Why am I giving away my business plan? Well, there's a couple of reasons why. But the biggest reason is because at this point in time, we don't have the resources to execute the scale of the ideas that I have yet. It's just, the ideas are great and they're extremely executable, but they take a lot of resources to do. And at this point, I'd rather not keep that a big secret. And if it can help somebody and they can do something with those ideas, more power to them. It serves the greater good to have people be able to take my ideas and build off them and apply them to their own projects and their own dreams and passions. It does far more good than have them sitting around on my computer or in my head where They're not doing anything. Another reason is accountability. If we put it out in the world what our plan is, what we're trying to execute, then those that want to follow us and want to share in the story, they know what we're working towards. They know what our goal is. They know what the next step is. They know why we're spending every day trying to build an audience, get people's attention, entertain them, and they can support it more. They can see what's going on and how they can help and where it's going to ultimately lead to, and hold us accountable for living up to that plan and doing what we said and making it happen together. It'll happen. There's a better chance of it happening together by an audience holding us accountable to our intentions and us stating our intentions out in the world than it is if we just do this in the secrets of our own homes and behind the scenes, and if it fails and we quit, we can give up, and it's we only let ourselves down. There's much more accountability with this method. Another reason I'm putting our business plan out there is because we've got the ideas but don't currently have the resources. Maybe there's somebody out there that has the resources and they're looking for great ideas. Maybe they want to work with us and combine it together. Maybe they want to take the plan and execute it itself. Whatever, everybody benefits from it. But I learned my lesson the hard way on trying to execute ideas without the full resources to their capabilities a few years ago. Everybody knows about Vine, the 6-second video sharing site that exploded. But long before there was Vine, there was a little thing called 8-Second World. What 8-Second World was a place where you could share 8-second video clips. We had 8-second rants, 8-second jokes, 8-second bliss. We had all sorts of different little categories in that. But what I didn't have was developing knowledge or a developer, so I tried to do the best I could. It's actually what inspired me to learn how to do websites and ultimately led me down the path to finding WordPress and everything. But I tried to build this site that would allow people to share and host little 8-second clips of their life. And I didn't know how to build a video hosting site, so what I set it up to do was to do it through Twitter. There was all the little Twitter accounts, so I figured the early stages, people could share them there and use the hashtags and the Twitter account and share them all, and it would grow and emerge on Twitter from there. But I didn't have the resources to expand it out, build it out, push or advertise it, so it was a great idea that just lacked the execution and the resources necessary to pull it off. Lo and behold, 3-4 years later, Vine comes out of nowhere, takes off, and they're doing 6 seconds. I don't even know how you can say something in 6 seconds, but because that was a part of the early stage problem is we kept trying to make little things in little videos in 8 seconds, and it just seemed too quick. But apparently the younger generation's got that down pat. That shrinking attention span. So now there's Vine. There's no 8-second world, and I learned my lesson. Either throw the idea out there and let somebody take the ball and run with it, where people can at least see that it originated from your idea, or don't do it. Because in other words, you're going to half-ass it, it's not going to work right, and then somebody else is going to come out with Vine 3 years later, and you're going to be pissed off. That brings me to the end of this week's Not So Lucid Intentions. I encourage you to check out Andrea's Angst, and also subscribe below. Tell me how bad of a speaker I am. Whatever you like. We need comments. Don't get a lot of comments. And subscribe to the channel. Yeah, subscribe to the channel. Must be done.